Here we go. This is the TvP Clem show. Clem spawning on the bottom left hand side on Senali in the blue. And he already won the first map. Second one is just a chance for GunGFuBanDa to straighten out this best of 3 series. If he's losing now, he's out of the competition. He will still win €50 and what he got from the qualifiers, but you know what? Players don't aim to be out in the first round. Oh my god, do we have Pylo of the Pylon chance in the chat? Yeah, Xenion, you remind me of something. Do you remember that sick drop of Clem where he killed 2 pylons and setting offline like 8 gateways? That was painful to watch. Alright, leaving you for a split second with the in-game view of GunGFuBanDa there, but he's going gateway cybernetics core already, dishing out that first zealot. It looks like he wants to deal pressure and probably kill that zealots right now, building that CC. That would really harm Clem's macro. Not sure about that. If that's working out, he is getting this CC in position like down the choke, so he has no way of really being good in the defensive way. Where's this? There's a stalker coming up as well. Question is if it is sent over directly. Ja, der Bunker ist aber leider fertig. Ja, Clem kann da vorne auch mit dem SCV weiterbauen. Der Stalker kriegt ja also nicht wahnsinnig viel ab. So, sorry, ich musste gerade mal was reporten, ja. Ich hoffe, dass Twitch das Problem gleich beheben kann, weil ich finde es schade für die ganzen Leute, die eigentlich gute Starcraft 2 gucken wollen. Und das aber den sorry. Sorry for talking German for a split second. I tried to report something to Twitch. Hopefully they can do something about their own bug on their own website. So you might have missed a couple of commentary here, but oh, that's CC closely not being finished. Reaper is going down as well, and that Marine will have no way of getting into that bunker. CC is finishing quite late, almost 4 minutes now. Stalker's going back home. That was enough of a delay. That was worthwhile for GunGFuBanDa. Alright, so the opening was great. GunGFuBanDa is backing this up with the Blink Stalker transition. And I bet he's going for a 4th Nexus just now. 400 minutes in the bank. Go get a Tiger. There it is. Alright. So that's a decent start for the Protoss. It was all about delaying that natural expansion, but he did more. Look at this. He killed 5 Marines and a Reaper. So even if Clem is willing to push out, or like having a drop within the next 2 minutes or something, he's still missing out units. So either he will be less effective on the aggressive side, or he will be in trouble when the Protoss maybe is doing his move towards those buildings. Wow, he even gets supplies blocked for a couple of seconds. Yeah, Tommy, you're right. Thank you for joining us. Wow, that cyclone. That cyclone really does need to see a garage. Just got blown up. We have double drop on the way. Seems to be going for the third base of GunGFuBanDa. And wait, when was that observer? He seems to be. He got intel about this drop, and with Blink Micro, those Marines don't even have a chance to trade well. Drop gets out of the way and boosted into that main base, I feel like. And GunGFuBanDa Stalker still not fast enough to catch those, but he is already waiting here with more Stalkers. Fun fact, Terran doesn't have recall, so I'd say that medevac drop is quite dead supply right now. The third is still here, still producing probes like crazy, so the German Protoss is looking much better than the last game. Getting charged, getting the +1 armor. So this looks like a charge-added storm build, something along those lines. A kingdom for Stargate right now. Like, imagine one Phoenix. Those poor little medevacs. Yeah, the next drop is going to fly over directly under the eyes of that observer as well. So it looks like Clem is trying to make a move here. Directly engaging at the front to make sure that those medevacs can join the fight quite soon. But yep, no movement right there. That's just a lockdown on like 16 army supply. Drops out for a couple of split seconds. Widowmine's actually harming more Marines than Zealots. Oh, and both of the medevacs just did fly in from the north side and got completely blown out of the sky. Talking about good trade, that was one. It's like 2 medevacs for free with Marauders and Marines. GunGfu shouldn't be following through the mid here. Because it's like the worst choke point you can see in this game. It's just enough space for one unit. And if the Terran's just waiting here, it's like a farming simulator. Oh, a Zealot. Oh, a Zealot. It's like picking up candy, you know. You should usually try to avoid that. We are having a Widowmine drop in the third again. Yeah. But almost no probes were harmed getting this video footage. And this Protoss army looks quite strong. A lot of Stalkers, that Immortal, a couple of Zealots. The best thing about this army is the kiting potential with Clem. So Clem has to be very careful to not be out of position with his units. Widowmine's getting a decent splash on the shields of those sentries, but the force fields are locking Clem out of this fight almost entirely. And those SCVs, those poor little workers, they didn't get out in time. So 15 SCVs are getting down. They are just getting blown up. Even the barracks is lost. Don't know what happened to that medevac. Alright. Clem is just on 2 bases right now. So if GunGFuBanDa can keep on this pressure, look at the army supply. He could win straight up from here, but he is transitioning into Storm, getting additional upgrades. Meanwhile, Clem is trying to mix in some Ghosts to make sure he gets his third back. He needs that base. You cannot live without a third. It's just too much of a loss. There's something concerning me. There's no fourth yet for GunGFuBanDa. Why didn't he take one? I feel like he's in the position to do it. Yeah, that Marine got just stimmed to look for hidden expansions or army. And GunGFuBanDa is making a bold move, blinking into the main base of Clem. Just a couple of marauders are trying to get rid of those stalkers. One ghost is dying in the fight, as well as a couple of marines. I feel like that was a very decent trade. Besides that, he tried to have a lot of zealots in the third base of Clem, but the French Terran is defending that beautifully. So he is behind in workers, but the Terran always have mules. And the army supply still looks okay-ish. So as long as those EMPs are hitting like crazy. I see... Oh, never mind. Those storms were really good. Clem did lose a lot there. It was really a good move of having that Warp Prism with High Templars loaded up. So... the Warp Prism gets EMP'd, but not the units inside, and that's basically like the earliest developed pro gamer move we saw on TvP. It was developed during the beta of Starcraft 2, and it never got old. It's such a good move. You have to control that right, because otherwise your High Templars are stuck in the in the Warp Prism, or you forget about them and you just lose the Warp Prism. You have to be very cautious about this. Can GunGFuBanDa clean out map number 2 right here? Or will he be forced back by those liberators? Storms are zoning out Clem by afar. Most of the army of GunGFuBanDa is actually just zealots. Wow, but the SCVs are already being pulled. 16 lost on the way. Again, Clem just on 30 workers. Even though if he's cleaning up that fight beautifully, he might not have enough to keep on fighting. He manages to clean all of those units up, so GunGFuBanDa's just stuck with one Stalker, just walking back home. But look at this. We have Colossus in production. We have more High Templars coming in. Stalkers are already been reproduced. And when I would look at this army, which of those units shall kill a Colossus? Okay, alright, maybe the Marauders with a lot of focus fire, which will be denied by those Immortals, for example. They just kill Marauders super fast. Tommy, I don't know. We can check back after the match. After this map, I will... we can go back for a little bit. Do you know the exact timestamp? I cannot remember. So we can check out that particular play again. Because I didn't catch it either. Okay, Clem just trying to look aggressive here. I don't feel like he really wants to force a fight right now. He's looking for a decent EMP, but he is eating the storm like pancakes. But those EMPs actually were quite good. The Colossus are about to being snapped. Just one is left over here. Oh, beautiful Widowmine connect. Killing one Immortal and one Archon. But a third Colossus coming in from the right hand side and forcing Clem back home. Oh boy, those Marauders are super dead. Fourth base of GunGFuBanDa had barely seen any probes, but his macro is still better than Clem's. Look at this, even with mules, Clem is not having that as much money as GunGFuBanDa had. He had seriously good engagements. And now I feel like he can just live out of that advantage. He just needs to make sure to be totally out of position versus this Terran army. Yeah, Tommy, good question, but I didn't catch it either. But if our main admin says there was an observer, there was an observer. We have a couple of killed probes here again. Sorry, we missed the Murder Mine drop as well. Those are so fast. No, maybe I'm just slow today. I'm sorry, guys. So if you like Crazy Edge Gaming, if you like the games being seen, or you're watching right now, please make sure you follow this channel. Well, usually Clem sees those observer well, but this time he didn't build a Raven at all. Oh, that High Templar clearly wants to storm, and he even uses the feedback on a Ghost. Super strong play here by the German Protoss, but he is getting back in supply, I feel like. The army supply is decent, but Clem's just missing out a couple of SCVs, and as long as his force base is established right here, Clem might fight his way back into this best of 3. Yeah, well, he's actually leading, so he can afford to lose one map. But that doesn't make him concede so easy. But the pressure's on. He cannot really fight versus Storm right now. That fourth base is about to go down. Widow Mine's not dealing enough damage. SCVs can be pulled out, but it's getting worse for Clem right now. I did see a spark of sunlight there, but it was the end of the tunnel. And at the other end of the tunnel, there's a Protoss hype train waiting. GunGFuBanDa swarming in with zealots from the north. Oh wow. This is so many Archons. This is 20 Marauders, just 9 Marines. So, what does really deal DPS to the Archons? Basically nothing. We don't have Liberators here. Oh, pure SCVs! The problem with this army is it's basically okay versus Storm and Stalkers, but Archons and Zealots don't get as much damage as they get out of Marines. And man, this army of Clem is not just too small, it needs more damage versus certain units. And since the Marine count is very low, I don't see him win this overall. He lost so many workers, Colossus even getting micro, Zealots are swarming in. And if the one gets blown up, it is GG calling from Clem. So this series is 1-1. Look at the time, boys! The first match was like 18 minutes and 20 seconds, and the first one is 18 minutes 25 seconds. What is this?